Hi everyone, so this is Lori. So over the last Sunday, the Rank Up League Season 1 for OCG just concluded. So I managed to win the whole event with pure Mitsurugi. So before I get to my matchups, let me just go through the deck profile. So for the main monsters, I play 1 Saji, 2 Aramasa, 1 Kusanagi, and 1 Nine Sword Serpent. For the hand traps, I play 1 Nibiru, 3 Foros, 1 Maxi, 2 Ash, 1 Magnumut. Magnumut is basically to search out the new Blazing Dominion hand trap Harmonia. So I'll show the extra deck cards later on how does Harmonia translate into a Mitsurugi extender, as well as a form of disruption as well. Yep, so let's go to the ritual monsters. So for the ritual, I play 3 End of the World Ruler, 3 Habakiri, 2 Murakumo, and 1 Futsu. So this is quite standard. Besides the fact that we play 2 Murakumo right now because of the End of World Ruler, the moment you draw this card together with any ritual name, it's full Mitsurugi combo. At the same time, having 2 Murakumo, if one gets banished, you still have the second one available from you to summon in the deck. So let's move on to the spells and traps. So 3 Ritual, 3 Prayers, 1 Mirror, 1 Pre-Prep, and 1 Pot of Prosperity with 1 Called By. Quite standard. For the traps, we play 1 Grid Purification, 2 Impulse, and 3 of the new Dominus, the Dominus Spark. So Dominus Spark has a very good matchup into Mitsurugi, seeing the fact that you can actually activate it during the end phase, targeting the Futsu. So the moment in the end phase, if they have a Futsu on board, during the end phase, you can just activate Spark, targeting Futsu, banishing it, removing any form of recursion back from their board. And at the same time, they usually do not have any monster left in hand. So then, even if say you don't have a trap engraved, usually they don't be able to summon anything from hand as well. So yeah, that concludes the main deck. For the extra deck, a little bit different from the previous list before Blazing Dominion. So now we actually have a synchro package. So we play Packbit, Wind Pegasus, the Thunder God, the Sagayan Punisher, Malong, and Herald. So basically, these are the 6 synchros you play. So for Harmonia, it requires you to review 5 synchros, up to 5 basically, including itself 6. And this would be the 6 synchros that you have, with the 4 of them being targets to be sent to the graveyard. So let me just share a little bit more. So Malong, when sent to grave, will return 1 monster back to the hand, so extra disruption alongside the monster destruction. Packbit is a lot stronger against Mitsurugi, seeing the fact that you can push back 1 of the Mitsurugi cards. Wind Pegasus is a form of disruption after your cards get destroyed, and Herald of the Arclight is the extender itself. So if I send Herald of Arclight, if I have a ritual name in hand, it's easily reachable to the End of the World Ruler. So this will actually allow you to have a very big combo through Ash and Bell, allowing you to go into your Mitsurugi names. Yeah. So for the rest of the package, we play 1 Zeus, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Exaton Knight, 1 number 90, 1 Armor XYZ, 1 Dugares, and 1 Gallon Granite. Self-explanatory. And for the links, we play SP and Dynamundo. So the reason why we play SP and Dynamundo and no longer playing IP, mainly the main reason is the fact that we have Dominus Spark right now. We usually, instead of going to IP, ending on it, we go into the SP first. So in the case where if Spark comes out, we are able to dodge with using SP. So basically, if they target Murakumo, we can just use SP to banish both, and then at least we still get the monster back at the end of the turn. Yeah, that's for the extra deck. Let me move on to the side decks. So for the side deck, I play 3 Purulia, 1 Shifter, 2 Bell, 2 Drow. And for the spells, I play 3 Droplets, 1 Reboot, and the new Solemn, which will be Solemn Report. So overall, Solemn Report was mainly catered to fight against Mystical Space Typhoon, the Radiant Typhoon archetype, as well as also serving good matchups into Sky Striker as well as Dragotail, which are some of the notable decks that could be played in the Rank Up League. That's why I started it in. However, I didn't really get to use it the entire weekend. In theory, this made sense, but in actuality and practicality, it didn't come up. And in fact, I drew into it later beyond turn 1, which ended up being a break itself. So do take note of this in mind. The rest, Droplet served very well in terms of card removal, in a way where Radiant Typhoon, Dragotail Flame all do target. So the fact that I use Droplet sending away and card for cost, allowing me to make them lose target and continue to resolve my Mitsurugi ritual. And for the rest of the hand traps, relatively self-explanatory. Purulia is a very strong card right now, especially against Radiant Typhoon. The fact that the moment you play, they would have to go into one monster, search their MST or get into their trap, and then end the turn on there. So very strong card. Yeah, draw a lot of birds for the mirror, draw especially the bell, especially will be for against Dragotail, and of course Shifter as well. So overall, my matchup over the weekend mainly was against first round was against Enneacraft. Nothing much, very difficult. Basically, make sure that the new spider doesn't come up, and then you just make sure Murakumo comes on board, destroying all the monsters and making sure that you chain block appropriately, because they do have a card that actually blocks destruction. Round 2 was against VSK9. So the opponent wasn't very prepared for Harmonia, so basically that's where I'm able to remove majority of their board, preventing their board from being built. Round 3 was against Killertoon, same thing as well. Murakumo is really the best board breaker, the best in-engine board breaker that you have, so I leaned on that to clear the board. Round 4 was against Radiant Typhoon Senpai. I managed to use Harmonia to extend into End of the World, and then in game 2, I managed to break his board through Purulia. And last round in finals, I actually met Malice itself, my own pet deck, where my opponent managed to double Fuaros and maxi me in game 3. So that was a very tough match, but luckily I had Ash for the maxi. He drew 2 off Fuaros, had an impulse, made a small board with Futsu, and on my turn I managed to actually hit back with a maxi, drawing into Nibiru. So overall I was able to win that match. So overall being a champion 5 rounds. So that's the deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. For shoutouts, I want to shout out to my main testing group, Shane, Easy, Gao Jie, CL, Aston. So a majority of them actually opened the Blazing Dominion box, helping me get my playsets of Harmonia and Spark. And also mainly as well as my wife. She supported me throughout my entire Yu-Gi-Oh journey, and for the first time ever I qualified for Asia qualifiers. Hopefully able to make it to Worlds this year. So stay tuned.